Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video contains things that I tinker with throughout the day. For step-by-step detailed instructions of those tasks, you can click on the links in the comment section below. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. This video also has tips and tricks that I've learned over the years. So, thank you very much for watching. Back at the S70, I'm getting a very late start. Pulled the bypass valve off of the turbo. We're going to put a new one of those on. We got the wastegate actuator set. Getting ready to hang the turbo on there, put on the oil line, put on a couple of coolant lines, and get this thing rocking so we can get it on the ground. Mount up this transmission. The turbo is installed. We got all the exhaust manifold bolts on and torqued down. We got the pressure set on the wastegate actuator. We got the clamp tight. We got the coolant line on there. We got the oil line on down here. Let me pull this tape off of here. We got the drain line in. We got the supply line for the coolant. So we are ready to get this thing down, get the clutch and stuff set on it. Then we're going to put it on the subframe and get the subframe in place, raise this up in here, and then put the wire harness on there. I guess I could go ahead and put the ignition stuff on there. So let me find that cap rotor wires. We got the clutch set with the pressure plate. We cleaned off this surface, mating surface of the engine because it was sitting around a little while. We pulled this input shaft seal out. We had to take those 3 screws out, one of them stripped, had to drill it out. Then we pulled that seal out. Where's that little seal at? It's around here somewhere. Anyway, we got the seal out, drove the new one in with my assortment of tools there, and we pulled the 2 seals out of the axle shaft. The transmission was leaning up, and I went to lean it back, and it slipped out of my hand, hit the ground, chipped the concrete, chipped the transmission back here somewhere. So the transmission got chipped. Where is that at? Ooh, back under here somewhere. One of these fins. Oh, right here. Little fin right there got chipped. I don't think it made it in the body, but hey, gotta be careful letting these things hit the floor. So we're ready to put the throwout bearing on, put the fork in place, get that debris out of there, and mount this transmission on this engine. Get the bell housing surface with wire brush. Let me go ahead and get that throwout bearing on there. Set that over here. Hopefully I didn't break it. It had one of these posts broke off. We epoxied it. We're going to put it, you might be able to see that little crack there. Should have got a new one, but we're going to put that toward the fork, so hopefully it won't get pressure. This goes in that way. Ready to mate the tranny up here. This is the tranny that came off the other engine. So you want to make sure these guide posts are matching. There's none in the trans, so you should have 2 in the engine. 1, 2. So we're good to go. You don't want 2 in the engine and 1 over here. Then it's not going to get together. Ask me how I know. Look, y'all. We actually have the engine on the ground and the car lowered on top of it. Next, we're about to do a kerplanky, or whatever you call these extra hard plastic subframe bushings in. We took a mallet and drove the subframe bushings out. Is that right, Mike?
Yeah.
And now, what you want to do with these, you want to set this spacer on top of where the subframe bolts go. Then you put this under here, and then you put this like this under there, and then you begin to crank this up like this, and then this like this, and you put the bolts in there and you start to drive those up in there. And after you get that set, you remove it and get this spacer back out and use it to install the next one. So we're going to raise the car up, put this on top of there, because right now I think the car is too low to put this on top of there. And then roll that up in there with a bolt and see how that goes. We got the spacer up there. We're all lined up. We're going to set this in there, get a bolt, and start driving that up in there. That thing drives up good with the spacer in there. Didn't really drive in with the spacer out of there. So you put the spacer up there, then you put the bolt, washer, and this on there. We wasn't using the driver, and it drove right up in there. And then it stopped. Then we lowered it back down, got the spacer out. So we have a couple done. We're calling it a night. He's gonna go get his tune from his home. 2-hour drive, 4-hour drive really, and pick this up in the morning. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.